So where will you be standing?
Say, who's it from? And then you say, Sassy Alamo, what their name is. It's like, okay, so see that? Look at her
It's very fun. I can't remember what it is. I know I kicked on it.
Okay.
Are we on video? Oh, we are.
Also, let me say one other thing. Usually we do this, we do it with PowerPoint, we have projectors. We thought we were going to be at the beach, so we had to do this all analog, all old school. So you'll have to bear with us a little bit. Anyway,
Thanks for
David,
being here
you're
with us. I'm guessing that all of you have heard Tony talk about the village, and many of us are members of the village, and we also have some village adjacent folks like Dave and Kim. In the early days, the village was all about raising our kids, giving the moms a reason to drink in parks on a Friday afternoon,
They drank like fishes.
and an opportunity for the dads to crack one another up, because let's face it, we're pretty funny. As the kids grew older, we pivoted to camping and travel. Basically, instead of drinking in Foster City's parks, we drank in campgrounds and all around the world. Tony truly embraced the travel aspect of the village, so in his honor, on this, his 70th birthday, we went deep into the village archives to help him remember his travels.
So you'll have to look very carefully, and we'll pass some of these around. So we're going to start in Montana in 2009. A bunch of us decided to travel in the footsteps of Lewis and Clark and canoed about 50 miles up or down the upper Missouri River in Montana. Here's Tony with eight of the guys. There were 9 of us all together.
someone had to take the picture.
Yeah, exactly. Walking out to get the beers from the endless supply we brought. Well, wait, we only brought 18 beers for the entire trip. 9 guys, 18 beers. It was good enough for the first night.
So in 2013, we traveled to Peru. And we went there mainly to see Machu Picchu was the objectives. And we had 2 groups, there were 8 of us. We had the trekkers, we trekked, and we had the watcher-eaters. They watched, they ate. The trekkers, of which Tony was one, we hiked over 40 miles at elevations up to 15,000 plus feet. And he was a trekker. He was one of us, and it wasn't easy. At the highest point, which is what this is, Salcate Pass, we were over 15,000 feet. And I will say not all of it was tough sledding, because at 2 of the lodges along this trail, there were hot tubs that they brought in the gas to power the hot tub 20 miles on horse, just so we could have 100-degree water for our jacuzzis. But Tony was part of that.
All it took was money.
We're going to keep with the hiking theme, and we're going to move to Yosemite in 2015. This is one of our trips to the Yosemite's High Sierra camps, the Sierra 7. We were part of a larger group. Sierra 6, sorry.
It's like, who took the picture?
Well, we had along Ranger Mike, a professional guide. Tony loved Ranger Mike because he'd answer questions and get real answers, not ones made up by his friends. This is one of Tony's favorite pics because it makes it look like he has a lot more friends than he actually does.
The next year, the Sierra 6 continued, and we completed the High Sierra Camp circuit, this time on our own. We didn't have Ranger Mike along. And we did not get stranded. We did not need to resort to cannibalism. And this is the follow-up picture from the last one. And you notice this picture is after the extras were paid and went home for the day.
Phuket, Thailand, 2018. The village said, fuck it, we're going to Thailand. We gotta bring Tony. In Singapore, he was gullible enough to try a durian McFlurry, which he still raves about.
Durian.
It's a disgusting fruit.
So a few years later, in 2022, we went to Greece. Tony ever proud of his Greek heritage, I don't know if you've heard that he's Greek, he got to return to his homeland. And he bought an authentic Greek fisherman's cap. He bought it at the knick-knack store at the airport, but he wore it on the whole trip.
That's right.
There it is. Where'd you go? Okay. Next, we had to do something to sort of, did I put in the right picture? Yeah, I'm in the right picture, sorry. We had something to do, to try to do to reform Tony and some of his boorish ways. So here in Ljubljana, we taught Tony the proper way to drink tea, like a local Slovenian.
Is my little pinky out.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that new leaf didn't last long. As a few days later, Tony returned to his roots and did his best to compare Turkish Rocky with Ouzo, with noticeable impacts on his person. Thank Allah that some village ladies were there to see him home.
Oh my God.
Tony apparently hurt his arm. They keep laughing like this, I'm not gonna be able to hear it.
I'm sorry, Mike.
What's going on, Dave?
Hey, it was by punchline.
His deliveries are much better than yours.
I know, it's been that way my whole life. Tony apparently hurt his arm in Turkey during an attempted relic heist, but that didn't slow him down too much.
So earlier this year, we went to Cozumel, a few of us, and Tony decided to become Foster City's version of Jacques Cousteau, as the light of retirement began to appear at the end of the tunnel. The difference between Tony and Jacques Cousteau is that Tony is still alive. So that was the village archives, and we needed more photos, and we thought Tony was trying to find more photos of something. I got this right? Yeah, my timing's right.
Yes, absolutely right.
We spent a lot of time rehearsing. What would Tony do? If Tony was trying to find more photos, what would you do? How would you find more photos, Tony?
How would I find? Well, my memory repository is Lori. Or
What other tools are out there that
Google
you would use?
Photos.
Tony would go to ChatGPT. He would use artificial intelligence. So our clouds were gone. We went to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT did its job. It found Tony's doppelganger,
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
traveling Tony.
So, Paris, 2014. The unhappy look on my face is the moment traveling Tony turned up at the Eiffel Tower tour.
It's like, where's Waldo? Or no, what's that?
Where's Waldo works? After that, much to some people's surprise, we went back to 2017 in Northern England. Somehow, Tony figured out that Tim and Dave were on holiday and decided he should go there with them, even though he wasn't invited. Right after this photo was taken, traveling Tony took a backflip into the lake. The lake later needed to be drained, unfortunately.
So, as you know,
That's good.
Lori, this is the part Lori was worried about. She goes, "Are you going to bring me up?" Yes. But Tony truly loves Lori and will do anything to be with her. And this includes traveling Tony, going behind the gallery ropes. When she's at the AT&T, traveling Tony was there right alongside her.
Scottsdale 2022.
Does that date mean anything to you, Alex?
Oh, it does.
Tony's always available for his kids. Probably a little too available if you ask Alex and Chris. Here's the proud father congratulating Alex on his hole-in-one on a boys' golf trip to Scottsdale. Even though Tony wasn't invited. That didn't stop traveling Tony.
I'm all over the place.
Now we're moving to Orange County in 2022. When I was down visiting my daughter Jenny, we were looking. We were walking along the beach with our dog, looking for flotsam and jetsam that had washed up in the recent storm. As you can see, the dog Mo sniffed out much to our surprise, Traveling Tony lying in the sand.
Gotta find him.
Switzerland 2023. As mentioned, there's always the case that Tony, not traveling Tony. When Chris shared that he was planning to take Gabby to Europe to propose, Tony couldn't bear to miss the special moment. So he spent sent traveling Tony. Who the hell ever said 3 was a crowd?
There I am.
Right in the middle of things.
So when Julie and I moved back to the U.S. in 2020, we lived in San Francisco for a while down by the ballpark. Remember, this was during COVID, and no fans were allowed in the stadium. So the Giants allowed, you could create life-size cutouts to sit in the seats. Remember that? And Julie and I would walk along and the Embarcadero there on our walks, and we would look through the tunnels in right field, and we would look and we'd see there were thousands of them in the stands. And we were looking one time, and we were looking, listen, is that Traveling Tony? And sure enough, that dude does get around, and Traveling Tony was in the stands. Now, here is the challenge. Everybody knows Where's Waldo, right? This is Where's Tony. You need to find where is Tony. What was that, David?
Traveling Tony and Lake Tahoe.
Oh, who's it from?
Sassy Alamo.
Sassy Alamo? Is it COD?
Crazy Horse in Paris, France.
Oh, is it COD?
Oh, the crazy horse.
I know, but it does take tips.
Okay, bring it in for Tony. What kind of stamp is this? Tony, come on up here. Help us open up your letter. Let's see what's in it.
I'm still trying to find myself
You can have it when you go home.
see if somebody can find me.
I didn't think this.
Who does not know what the crazy horse is in Paris? It's a very risque we discovered a song when we were there.
So, Tony, pull it out. Oh, look who came!
What a good-looking guy.
That guy's 6'2".
Traveling Tony made it!
Everybody is welcome to have a picture taken with Traveling Tony or Real Tony, your choice.
The original plan was we could all be down on the lakefront, out on the pier, and have the picture, but obviously that changed.
We can still do that. We can take a picture here and put Traveling Tony right there.
So please,
Yeah, that's kind of good, Tony. Let's do it.
come up and take a picture with Traveling
And Tony, Lori, I'm sorry, you're probably gonna have to live with Traveling Tony for the next 20 years or so.
Tony, you gotta be right next to Traveling
You gotta be with
Tony.
right next to
Okay. And everyone else crowd around.
Good job, guys.
Can you? I'm full of crazy
And this Tony doesn't shrink. You're a little short.
Actually, Traveling Tony has a bigger head than you do.
Tony.
Yeah, get Tony in there.
Yeah, let real Tony come in. We like this one better.
All right.
Come on, Tony.
Okay, hey, Tony. Speech.
David, get out over.
I think this is might be my third season. So I've had it for a while.
Tony's talking.
Speech.
Don't let me fall over there. Usually I'm pretty witty, but I'm at a loss for words, or at least I think I'm witty.
You think you're at a loss for words.
Yeah.
You'll prove yourself wrong.
I'll prove myself wrong, yeah. I guess what's amazing for me is to see what looks like my life in front of me. All these faces of friends and people that I've known for a short period of time, a long period of time, and wonderful people in my immediate family. So thank you all very much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Love you all very much. Yeah,
He was talking about me.
So it looks like there's plenty of food there. I don't know
Oh, yeah.
the girls with Tony? Now that I can get behind.
Traveling.